Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. Today, I have a very special guest with me today. She is a nail artist. Please welcome Nailss By Taya. Hello, Taya. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. I want to get started by asking, how'd you grow up and tell us about your upbringing?
Okay, so my mom raised me on her own as a single parent. I was raised in LA, West and East Side. I guess I was the only child for 17 years, so
Mm,
I didn't really have much. I'm just like a creative person on my own, and I've been this way since I was a kid. I just grew up in a single parent home. I was like between my mom and my dad sometimes, but I mostly lived with my mom.
mm,
My mom is my everything, and I just
mm.
I really grew up by myself, so there's really like
Right.
nothing much to talk about because it was just me. And then I have two brothers on my dad's side. I'm the oldest on both my mom and my dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a 7-year-old brother on my mom's side, which that changed my life like all the way. And I went to school all in LA as well. I went
Mm-hmm.
to for I went to for high school I went to Crenshaw and I went to LA High. So a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
probably know me more from those two schools. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been a hustler all my life. Very ironic. I used to sell brownies and cookies and Rice Krispie treats when I was in high school. I used to also have my mom. She used to have like a small business called Out the Trunk, where she would
Wow.
sell like snacks and stuff out of her trunk, like at schoolyards and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know, it's always been in my blood. My mom is a hustler, and I just guess I'm a hustler as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, who or what exposed you to the nail industry?
Myself, I was getting my nails done like a lot when I was younger. And my mom would
Right.
take me to get like manicures and stuff. And when I grew up and paying for my own nails and everything, I would always ask like the person who was doing my nails, like, do you think I could do this too? And she would always tell me, like, you
Right.
always tell me what to do. You can do it. You can do it. And I
Mm-hmm.
literally was working at Forever 21. I didn't have no idea what I wanted to do next or nothing. But I randomly was like, I'm gonna just buy all the supplies. I bought all my supplies. I had like $30 in my pocket, like nothing else but a dream and nail supplies. And I was still in college. And then
Mm-hmm.
um I just I don't know how I got here today. I genuinely don't know how I got here. I just got here randomly. And I'm proud of it. And it's my creativity, it's my personality, and I'm really
Mm-hmm.
proud and happy of the person I became and where I got to so far.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. I definitely want to go ahead and switch gears and talk about your business. So not only do you have your own nail studio, but also you have your own business where you sell acrylics, cuticle bits, charms, and gel colors. So what was the
Hmm.
whole decision behind having your own product line?
I had this specific color that I wanted to have on my nails, and I mixed a bunch of colors trying to find this specific color. And I didn't know that when I did the color that people were gonna like it. And so it went
Right.
from me making it for myself to making it for everybody else. But at the time,
Hmm.
I didn't have like a website. I just had like, hey, if you want to buy the acrylic powder name was Baby Barbs, and it came in like this small little container with a little cheap print label on it that I made on my own. And everybody was eating it
Hmm.
up. And then I was just like, okay, now I know that I could switch gears and I could do more with it. So I ended up doing a lot of research and a lot of
Right.
like just going through products trying to find
Mhm.
where's my speed. And so I just came up with the like idea of I might as well carry all these charms. I might as well have my own gel polish line, my acrylic
Mhm.
line. And my first like outcome of having my acrylic line was like amazing. Like I didn't expect me to have that many sales. But that's also like another part of me that I really love. I really love having my own store and doing and using my products on my clients as well.
Absolutely. Now, what advice would you give for people who want to start their own product line?
My gosh. If you got money to spend, spend it because it is expensive. You have to go through trial and error. You're going to go through trial and error. You're going to waste a lot of money. You're going to hate the things that you come up with first. And it's always, you have to start small. If you want to, like, I feel like my biggest, like, thing to say to those who want to start their product line is you're gonna lose and you're gonna win, but you have to find and keep trying and having patience with everything. And you have to be as well as creative with putting your own thing together, because I do everything by myself. So putting together like your website and getting brand ambassadors and making content to promote your product, it's a lot of work, but if you really want to do it, it's worth it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to switch gears and talk about in terms of getting a clientele. So what has been the journey of you getting your own clientele? Like how have you been able to like maintain the clientele?
Um, like I said, when I was in high school, like everybody already kind of knew me. It kind of
Hmm.
came naturally, I want to say,
Hmm.
because when I started, I didn't have a nail page. I just was on my main page, and people were like, "Oh, I want to come and get my nails done," type of thing. I think it comes with personality and work and how you network and talk to people and try and bring people in. It's about how you're taking those steps to get the clientele that you need or want. You have to find like who is your audience, what are the type of people you want in your chair. It's all about how you want it to look and how you want it to be. Um, Mostly just being yourself and letting your work speak for itself and networking at the same time. I think that's the best way to gain your clientele.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there was a situation that went viral on social media, especially on Twitter or the X app, which is called now, pertaining to you declining to do nails for Cardi B. So I don't know if you've seen, did you see my panel discussion by any chance?
I tried to watch it, but I'm such a busy person. I read the questions that you sent me, and then I got distracted. So I'm like I'm all over the place. I think I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't watch the full thing.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
because it was me, Tiny, Tanika, and Mimi. We talked about the situation, but also he was interviewed by Nailss by Tammy and My J Nails, which I was in about
Hmm.
the situation. We talked about that. So, for those who may not know about that situation in particular, can you give like a quick summary, but also to like how did you respond to that situation?
So, what people fail to realize is that I've worked with celebrities before and I've worked with people who surround the celebrities. I didn't technically decline Cardi B. I gave them another option and it didn't work. So I just couldn't do it. So I didn't decline them off that. I just couldn't do it and I gave them another option. Um, um, I've worked with her team before. So I've
Mhm.
worked with Erica LaPearl and I've also worked with Tokyo Styles. Once again, like I said, on the live that I had with Tammy and my J Nails, I didn't get paid for what I did for Tokyo Styles and Erica LaPearl. And I'm not mad at it because I took that opportunity on my own. But did I get anything out of it? Absolutely not. The whole thing of Cardi B, um, there, because I don't know if you saw the receipts, because I posted the receipts everywhere, by the way.
Mm-mm.
Nobody believes me still to this day, but I posted the receipts.
Mhm.
And like I said, I've worked with them before, but also the one who reached out to me, which is Gregory Roman or Roman. He's Erica LaPearl's manager. He hits me up randomly at all times, and there's times where I turn it down, and there's times where I don't. But normally, he's normally asking me to do it for promo, and I don't do work for promo no more because I learned from doing Tokyo Styles and Erica LaPearl that promo is not going to get me nowhere, and it didn't fill my
Mhm.
pockets.
Right.
So I technically did not disagree to do Cardi B's nails. It's just at that moment I couldn't. They asked me for a time. The time that I had clients. I'm not the type to be
Okay.
like, hey, like I have to go and do this. I have a schedule. I'm not going to change my schedule around
Right.
for someone else. That's just not me. I wouldn't even do it for my mom, and my mom can vouch for me. So it's just,
Mhm.
I really didn't do anything wrong. I didn't even turn her down. I was just like, I got
Right.
another
Yeah. Yeah.
time, and it just didn't work. It just wasn't my time. It just wasn't my time. But
Mhm.
the way social media takes everything out of proportion is incredibly insane. I've just never seen anything like that blow up out of proportion.
Mhm. Yeah, yes. That's the thing. Like, social media, we live in an era where people just take just almost anything personally. And I think you did the
Yeah.
right thing,
Thank
because
you.
I think that, most definitely that your clients come first. Like your loyal client base, comes first. Absolutely.
And that day, I also had a new client, so I wasn't gonna be like
Right.
that. First impressions are everything. So I'm like, no, just I can't do it. That was
Mhm.
That was pretty much it. I really didn't do anything. I didn't say anything wrong. I just stated the obvious.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, most definitely. But for people who want to do celebrities, like what would be some critical things one should know, when working with celebrities?
You have to remember that some of them think they are on top of the world. Some of them think that they're normal people. If that's if that's because I feel like a lot of people in the industry, their goal is to work with celebrities. Unfortunately, that's not my goal, but a lot of people have to remember the status that they're in and what comes with it. Um, like Marie Nail said on the live, she has like a contract going on, and I feel like that's like where you should draw the line and have a contract, because that's when you can get paid. You know, when you're getting your money and everything goes right for you. I think that's one thing people have to establish, because with those who I did work with, I didn't establish that type of relationship. It was just like, this is the base price, this is the travel price, and this is what's going to go on. Um, Everybody also has to remember that celebrities have busy lives. So when they're getting worked on, you have to expect the unexpected. And I've had that go on with myself. Like when I worked with celebrities, you always have to expect the unexpected. And just have patience, I feel like, because
Mm-hmm.
that what working with celebrities is a lot. It's a lot.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And also too, I want to get into like how does one balance taking like opportunities of doing celebrity clients while maintaining their client base?
Because I feel like I balance it pretty well. Um, like I said, if you're one of those people who want to just get up and go work with a celebrity, do you? I have
Hmm.
a schedule. Like I have a schedule. If I have clients from 9 to 2 and I'm free and I have free time after that, and I'm like, hey, if you want to come in, like if somebody was to hit me up and be like, hey, are you available at 3? Yes, I am, because I'm not working anymore. I just feel like you have to think about like it's all about time management and creating your own schedule, because being a boss, like you have to have like time for every single thing, even if you have kids. Like you have to have time. It's just you have to learn how to like manage it and schedule it, because with celebrities, they're on call. They're not always like, I can wait till this time. So it's like, how would you balance that? It's all about where do you want to be in your career. I guess if that makes sense. Like if you
Hmm.
want to jump up for a celebrity and you feel like that's where it's gonna take you, then do it. But me on the other hand, if I'm available later, I'm gonna let you know. I'm really quick to get people when it's my next available time, instead of just popping up and being like, hey, I can do it. I'm just I have a schedule. That's just me. I just have a schedule.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. And I think people don't understand what goes into, working with like celebrities and things like that. Cause I think it's easy to look at the glitz and the glamour of working with a
Mhm.
celebrity instead of looking at the in-depth process in regards to what goes into that and like how you said, what comes with that.
Mhm. And people have to like just find time, like learn how to do time management, because it can be a lot. You can fit somebody in and then you're going to be late to your original appointments. It's just too much. Like you have to know what you want to do and what's your end goal and what your career is in general.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I want to definitely get into marketing and branding. So, for someone who wants to elevate their nail career, what would be some tips in regards to marketing and branding?
So I actually take business courses with Verizon Small Business. It's really easy to sign up for. I learned a lot with that. So with marketing, it's a lot of like people. I can't remember, but I have it on notes. But it's about who you're targeting and how you want it to look. There's a way of how, I know everybody has a way of how certain things look. You have to like find the apps that work, find what words can catch people. You have to know like who your audience is, who do you want to be in, like who do you want to service, who do you want to buy your products, who do you want to like tell other people about your products. It's all about what you want and who you're targeting. And
Mm,
marketing is really easy when it comes to like, all you have to do is take pictures and make content. It's so easy. But
mm,
there is certain ways where you might have to edit, and a lot of people don't know how to do like all the editing and everything. But YouTube is really helpful when it comes to editing. I'm actually really tech savvy with stuff like that, so it's pretty easy for me. But
mhm.
YouTube is easy. You have to find what apps work for you. You have to just know who you're trying to target. It's really good to take those courses though, because they give you a lot of like knowledge on like legal problems and like marketing, like online marketing, e-commerce and stuff like that. And that's one thing that I'm actually working on now too, because I feel like my e-commerce marketing isn't there, but I'm actually
Mhm.
working on that. So I'm taking courses on finding out what do I need to do to get to the place
Mhm.
I want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what's your take in regards to like social media and how it's affecting Black creatives in your perspective?
I feel like social media, like in general, is helping us. Like it helps a lot of us. As long as you have like a nice, not even a nice platform, as long as you talk to people and ask questions. A lot of people don't like putting people on game, unfortunately, but there is a lot of people who are willing to like tell you everything. I just feel like you have to do your research, like, and I feel like social
Mhm.
media helps with that because we find everything on social media. We find out about
Mhm.
news on social media. Like everything
Right.
on there is like perfect. And it's so funny because I actually just met somebody at a photo shoot. He has a online streaming platform and he's black. So I thought that was awesome. It's like a movie streaming. I just feel like you
Mm.
have to like I'm sorry, I know I talk around in circles, but it's it's so helpful. Like social media is just
Right.
that like it's a key. Like you have to know what you're doing on social media. The only problem is with like being black and being on social media and saying things that you like want to say, just like how the whole Cardi B thing got set out of proportion. Like I feel like it's all about what you say too, because people on the internet will take it like totally different than what you mean in real life. So
Mhm.
I feel like it helps us and it destroys us at the same time. But that's what comes with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with Black creatives, I feel like, other, like non-Black creatives get more shine and go viral more than it is with Black creatives.
They
And the
do.
thing is, that's what myself, Mimi, Tiny, and Tanika talked about. Is the whole thing where social media can undermine Black creatives,
Yeah.
and their choose of who they want to go viral and stuff like that. The algorithm, plays
Yeah.
a role in terms of who they want to go viral and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's terrible. I hate it. Like I do think a lot of us don't get enough shine when it comes to social media. A lot of us come up with our own things and a lot of people will take it for credit on their own. I've had it done to me plenty of times with certain nail designs that I came up with. And I think that's
Hmm.
what really sucks in the black community is that nobody gives us our credit at all. They just when
Right.
somebody else does it, they're like, oh, they did it and not coming from the original creator, if that makes sense. So
Mm,
that's why I said it destroys us and it helps us at the same time. So that's what comes with being like on social media and like being a black creator. Like you just have
mhm.
to be you have to just find your what is it called? I'm so sorry.
Y
You have to
your
find
niche
your niche. Yeah.
your niche, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it's unfortunate that, that there's bigger influences taken from smaller nail artists and things
Yeah.
like that, and I'm glad that, like, there's more nail artists with smaller followings that are talking about it more.
Mhm. A lot of people are. And that's just
Mhm.
it doesn't even go for just nail techs. It goes for like hairstylists and people who are
Mhm.
like doing paintings and neon
Right.
signs. Like it just nobody can like have their own until like a bigger person does it and then it's a different story. Like they got it from them and not from us.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now, I wanna get into, nail products. So what has been some of, like, your favorite nail products to use for, like, nail enhancements and, nail art?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I love the Nail Reserve. I am a huge fan of the Nail Reserve. They were once called the Nail Addict LA, but now they're called Nail Reserve LA. I've been a brand ambassador for them since I can remember. I think I've been a brand ambassador for them for 4 years. All of their gel polishes are vegan. They smell amazing and they're opaque. I love it to death. Those are my favorite gel polishes. I would say
Mhm.
my line, but I really don't like my gel polish line no more. That's why it's on sale. It's not bad. It's just that I just don't like it no more. I
Mhm.
also love Young Nails. I use Young Nails like clear, and sometimes I use their base
Mhm.
colors. I use their protein bond. I use their monomer. I'm a really big fan of Young Nails, and also been using them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I love Valentino as well. It has their hit and miss,
Mm-hmm.
but I love their cover colors and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes their other colors. I'm also a brand ambassador for two other companies called Nail Reserve. Shop Nail Galore, and also for Terry Neves. Terry Neves is a another acrylic brand. She's actually slowing down right now because she's trying to find another place for her stuff. But I literally have every single color from her, and I use every single thing from her. Same thing from Nail Galore. I have their products as well. They're really nice. It's a small black couple that owns that company, and I love it. It's the best. And then, of course, my line. I love my new acrylic line. I love it to death. Like, I just truly love it. And my other favorite spot to stop at is the nail lab in downtown LA. It's off of like Venice and Union, I think. I
Mm.
love their store. They have everything there, literally everything that you need. So those are my
Mm.
faves.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Are you still doing like your merch?
Um, everybody wants me to do it, but I've been like iffy about clothing because clothing is hard to kind of like get out there, and I'm more of a I know like my job, like what I do is more of a girls thing, but I'm trying to be more like a unisex thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of hard because like my hashtag is girl Taya Denim, and it's like what guy is gonna wear that? So I'm just like I'm a little iffy. I'm a little iffy about it. I've been trying to bring it
Right.
back up, and then I'm like, no, I can't do it. And then I think about it again, and it's funny because I've been thinking about it lately too. I think that's so funny. I should bring that up because somebody asked me about it, and I was like, maybe I'll do it again.
If you had a top five list of your favorite nail artists, who would they be and why?
My favorite nail artist. Okay,
Yeah,
let
top
me
five.
think. I love Nailss by Dev. She's hella creative. Stiletto in a Coffin is killing the game right
Mhm.
now. She is, I don't know what. Her like nail art is crazy. And then I've also been in love with like some of the nail girls who I'm really close with.
Mhm.
Like Nailed by Palma. I'm close with a
Mhm.
lot of people, honestly. And I love all of their work. And then I think the other person who can draw, her Instagram is, I can't really even think of it, but I know she's a part of Nails by Dev creative team though. She can draw
Mhm.
as well. And then I also love Art Mother. She can draw. She can draw. I can't draw, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah. Eris is very talented.
Yeah, she's so talented. I love her.
Yeah, I love
She
her.
was actually one of my brand ambassadors.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yes, I love her. And then Nell Heffa, I love her, and I also love Nails by Jess. Those are my
Mm,
also my ambassadors.
yeah, that's cool. I definitely want to get into in regards to the nail industry. So, in regards to the nail industry, what are some things that you like about the nail industry, and what are some things that the nail industry could improve on?
I love how in the nail industry we always come up with crazy creative ideas, and I like that we all piggyback off of each other. I love that most of us give people our credit, and I love how we all like can do like a twist on each other's work and still give
Right.
credit for it. The only thing I hate about the nail community is that, especially in LA, we all think we're in competition when we really aren't. But everybody in LA
Mhm.
feels like we're all in competition and they can't give nobody their credit. Like that's one thing in the nail industry. Like some other people won't do is give people their credit, and it really fucking
Mhm.
sucks. I'm sorry, it really does suck though. I'm sorry, it really does suck. I didn't mean to cuss, but it really sucks. But that's probably the only downfall in the nail community is that we don't give each other credit. Other than that, I love how we piggyback off each other and we come up with crazy ideas that we never seen before, like the
Mhm.
3D trend that came out of
Right.
nowhere. And I'm just like, wow, this is the most genius thing I've ever seen.
Mhm.
So that's one thing I do love for sure. But then, yeah, when we don't give each other credit, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. So, in the journey of having your own nail business, what are some things that you've learned in the journey, but also what were some things that you found the most rewarding?
I learned that it's okay to be yourself. Whether you like to do plain nails or extra out nails or bling nails or
Mhm.
outrageous crazy nails, I think it's best that you put a lot of your creative thoughts and everything into your work. And that's how
Right.
it mostly comes about. Because that's normally what happens with me. If I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna put it into my work. If I'm having a good day, I'm gonna put it into my work. I put everything into my work. Um, and then you said, what was one thing that I wish that I learned that is rewarding?
Yeah, some things that you found that were rewarding.
Hmm, that's a good one. I just feel like really putting yourself out there, like with
Mhm.
your work, when it comes to like creativity and putting yourself out there is really rewarding because I feel
Right.
like that's how I got into LA Times is being myself,
Mm.
my work. I think that was
Wow.
hella rewarding. Being like the lady was all into it. She loved the nails. She was telling me how she watches me. I thought that was interesting because when you put your personality on in your business, it sometimes
Right.
can alter how people see you. And I
Mhm.
think learning that you can be yourself and put yourself out there however many times you want or however way you want to do it is really, really rewarding because people connect to you, they understand where you're coming from, and you never know who's watching. Because, like I said, I didn't know I was going to be in LA Times. I never knew that was going to happen. But it was cool that, like,
Mhm.
somebody told me they're watching me, they see me, they like my videos. And I get that a lot when I'm outside.
Right.
A lot of people will tell me, like, I like your videos and I see your videos. You're funny. I like your personality. And even people feel like they're my friend, even through Instagram. And I love that. And that's one
Right.
lovely thing because being myself has always been a problem in like my life. So I
Mm.
think being yourself is very rewarding when it comes to your business in general.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. And plus having your own style too, I think is very, very important as well.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's not only just giving people what they want and things like that. Of course, that's just, part of being a service provider, but also too, like when you share your artistry more and how you express yourself more through your art, people will be more engaged with you and will be attracted to having your style of work.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I love
So,
that too. And a lot of people will know you from your style too. Like some people see my work or they'll see somebody else working and they be like, oh, I thought you did that. It looks like something you would do. Like people
mhm.
know where you're like who you are through your work.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how have you been able to balance being a business owner with mental health?
Actually, it's really been hard. Last year was like my hardest year. I was going through like my
Mm.
depression and like my suicidal phase. It was really hard. I felt like I wasn't doing nothing right, and it's kind of hard. One thing I noticed is that you do have to step back and take a break. I don't take breaks till this day. I had to
Mm.
fight through my depression, like regardless. I was still working. I was still talking to my clients. Like I expressed myself. I've even cried in the chair while working because I'm just so like tired. I'm so stressed out. But
Right.
always take those days off. Like no matter if you give yourself 2 days off if you need to go to the beach. I don't know. Like I'm in a totally different space in my life where like nothing really phases me anymore. I don't know how I
Right.
got here. It just snapped to me. But I think it's really good if you take your time off. I'm actually barely about to take a week off this month and then I'll be working my butt off forever because I just have to. But mental health, yeah, it's very serious, and I do think a lot of people have to take that time off. It's okay to talk to people. Therapy can work for some. It didn't work for me. I'm very like to myself, and if I need to express myself, I talk to my mom. My mom is my everything. As long as you have like that person who will
Right.
understand you and see where you're coming from, and you can find comfort
Mhm.
in them, you will have like the best time of your life being a business owner. But it is hard, and you never know
Right.
when it's time to step back because a lot of people feel like they have to work, they have to work, they have to work. But you
Mhm.
can literally stop and you'll be fine. So it's very
Mhm.
important to take those times off, even if you can't just do something at the end of the day where it makes you feel better. Finding things that cope with you, like I make lanyards, I make little lanyards from like when we were kids. I have puzzles and I have coloring books. I play like strategy games that kind of get my mind off of certain things. And I think
Mhm.
that's how I like learned to cope with like what's going on mentally. And lately I haven't been in the bad headspace that I was in like the past couple of months. So I'm very grateful for that.
That's good.
And you do have to step back and take a look in, and you need somebody to tell you sometimes because my mom was the one who told me like you need to sit down. Like, just sit down and just don't do nothing.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, you do need that extra push.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. But also too, I think you need someone to also to vent to as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, someone that you can, you know, talk to, and someone that's easy to talk to as well, and
Mhm.
that's willing to listen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, that's what I said. You have to have your person. Like, my boyfriend is always there for me too. Like, he tries to understand. He's always like, I don't get it because I'm not a business owner. But he'll be like, I'm trying to help you understand. I'm never gonna tell you it's okay because I don't understand where you're coming from. And I appreciate that because a lot of people will be like, it's okay, you're gonna be fine, and you don't know that. You don't know,
Yeah, yeah,
and you
right.
wouldn't. So it's good that you have that, and I think that's another good thing about being a nail tech or being in the beauty industry. You have clients that you can confide in, and you become really close to them. But sometimes it's a bad thing, sometimes it's a good thing. But
Right.
when you have those clients, like I've had clients since I've started, I'm always easy to talk to them. Those are probably the number one people who I've cried to in my chair or whatever. Those are like those are my girls. Those are my day ones. So they're definitely one of those girls or people in my life who I feel like I can vent to, and I'm okay to like talk to them and feel comfortable with letting out like how much steam I have in, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you had to describe the Nails by Taya style and aesthetic, what would it be?
Oh my god, dope, cool, weird, extra, fun, everything Nails by Taya. You just don't know what's gonna come with it. It's just something that you've either never seen before, or you're gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it's always something that's gonna definitely catch your attention. And I think it's funny because like even a lot of my clients will go like out to fast food restaurants, and they're like, "Oh, you won't believe like the lady at the register was like, Taya did your nails, huh?" And I just love that because like they didn't even have to see it. They just like, I know Taya did your nails. It's just,
Right.
I don't know. That's just who I am. I think when you see like my work or even me, you just think of like
Hmm.
fun and creative, crazy, interesting, too much, just everything. I love it.
Hmm. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media, and how can people support you and your business?
How do people support me in my business?
Yes.
How do they support me? They, I don't know what they do, honestly. Some people love me, some people hate me. Some people just, I love that a lot of like my followers and like my clients, they have no problem with like reposting and like just telling people. They even like, when I used to have business cards, because I ironically don't have business cards anymore, they would take like this many and be like, girl, I'll pass them out at work. And I'm just like, oh, okay. They'll go out of town and they'll pass them out. I'm like, okay. I love that's how they support me. They show me a lot of love, and they just, I don't know. Everybody is like attached to my personality online, and I love it because I'm like, this is who I am in real life. And when they finally meet me in real life, they're like, wow, you're really like this. And I really am. Like, I want everybody to just vibe out with me, and everybody will love it. Literally. That's how they support me, and that's okay. If you even laugh at my joke, that's support. I love it.
Well, thank you so much, Taya, for jumping onto the show. I love your work. I love what you're doing. It's absolutely great. Thank you so much for taking the time out to, do this podcast interview. I really enjoyed our conversation. Just keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Well, take care.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye bye.